Okay, sir.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I invite all of you for the second day, third session of 6 days AICTE ISTE sponsored FTP on impact of digital pedagogy in professional development of engineering teachers. I am very much delighted to introduce our resource person, Dr. K. Parnikumar sir, to take the session on the topic of role and importance of entrepreneurship education in engineering curriculum. It's my immense pleasure to introduce the chief guest for the participants. Sir has completed his master's in mechanical engineering in the year 1996 in Annamalai University, and he has completed his doctorate in mechanical engineering in Anna University in the year 2004. And he is an experienced professor with a demonstrated history of working in higher education industry, skilled in statistical analysis, lecturing, curriculum development, and public speaking, strong education professional with a Doctor of Philosophy, focused in Department of Mechanical Engineering from Anna University. And he has completed the post-PhD work of machining of composites with Professor J. Paulo Devim, University of Aveiro, Portugal. And he is one of the international expert in composite materials. Also, he has organized many national and international conferences, technical symposia, and faculty development programs. And he has more than 5,000 citations with a credit published more than 170 articles in SCA index journals. And he also received a grant in aid of around 1.5 crore from various funding agencies. And he has published more than 15 patents and received many meritorious and best faculty awards from various governing bodies. And he also an active member of the Institution of Engineers, Kanchipuram local chapter, National Executive Member, Indian Society for Technical Education, and he is an Executive Committee Member, Computer Society of India, Kanchipuram local chapter, and he is a member of American Society for Mechanical Engineers, USA, and he is a Chartered Engineer for the Institution of Engineers, India. He is a fellow member of the Institution of Engineers, India, and he is a life member of Indian Building Society, and he is also a life member of Tribology Society of India, and he is a life member of Indian Society for Non-Destructive Testing and Evaluation, and he is a fellow member Indian Institution of Production Engineer, and he is a life member of Indian Society for Technical Education, and he is a life member of Indian Institute of Metals, and he is a senior member of Computer Society of India. And Dr. Parnikumar sir is a teacher and administrator and a world top 1% reviewer and world top 2% scientist on materials and innovator. Now I welcome you, sir, to deliver the topic on role and importance of entrepreneurship education in engineering curriculum. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for the nice introduction, and thank you for the opportunity. And my topic is roles and the importance of and industry towards entrepreneurship education in engineering curriculum. So here you see that our world is changing rapidly, and we are voyaging steadily towards a generation equipped with more technical knowledge and advancement. The future belongs to the innovators and leaders. Our education system needs to adopt accordingly. Basic entrepreneurship programs will emerge as a pathbreaker and trendsetter, proving quite a beneficial initiative for future generations. In this code, we have noted that entrepreneurship education is very, very important nowadays. So the evolving of a country, the economy of a country is depending upon the industrial revolution. If we have more startups, if we are able to produce more entrepreneurs, then definitely our motto will effectively and efficiently introduce to the market, and we will help our India to evolve as a bigger nation in comparison with the all developed nations in the world. So that entrepreneurship education is very, very important on today trends. So everywhere the people are talking about the startup ecosystem and other things. So without this startup ecosystem, we cannot survive in the world in future. So even though we are making our students to get a placement, making our students to become an entrepreneur is very serious and important concern. If we are able to convert our people into a company makers, or if we are able to give job to his fellow member by starting a company instead of job seeker, if they are converted into a job provider, so that will benefit to the society entirely, it will benefit to the nation. So that the evolving as an entrepreneur is very, very important thing in the world. How we are going to evolve, how we are able to achieve this. This is very, very important for the benefit of the people and the benefit of the society. So, as a teacher, we must not concentrate only on taking subjects, how to implement the digital pedagogy, these things. Apart from that, we must have to concentrate on this entrepreneurship education, and we will involve the industry people in our entrepreneurship education so that we are able to convert our students into a job provider instead of job seeker. So here you see that. So this is the overview of terms and definitions currently used in entrepreneurship education. When you are talking about entrepreneurial education, we have lot of hiccups and we have lot of challenge how we are going to have. So here you see that this indicates work life and vocational education and training, higher education at master's level, higher education at a bachelor, secondary school, primary school, preschool. So these are the different education system available in our world. It starts from the preschool, that it ends with work life and vocational education and training. So wherever we are talking about entrepreneurial education, we must think about the vocational education and training. If we have proper vocational education and training, definitely we are able to have more benefits. So that we want to concentrate on the work-life balance and vocational education and training, even in the bachelor level, also in the master level, so that we are able to convert our student into a entrepreneur. Suppose if we are going to see that, we must have to focus on two things. Either first one is the personal development focus, and the second one is the business focus. Suppose if we are going to talk about the personal development focus, in this focus, based on that only, we are going to have different form of education. Just studying master degree or PhD is not a valid. We must have to see that we must have to involve in the focus, either on personal development focus and also on the business focus. For example, for the personal development focus, we must have community outreach, meaning companies, elective courses, and if we are going to talk about a business focus, then we must concentrate on entrepreneurship program, growth program for business owners. So that the education means it is very important. We must focus on two sides to give the entrepreneurial education to our students. We must have to concentrate on personal development focus and also business focus. The personal development, not only community outreach many companies, elective courses, we must have to concentrate on communication skills and other things which are required for running a company. So the students personally, they must have to know about their high and low. So they must know themselves so that only they are able to evolve in the world. So that they must have to focus on both business and the personal development. If the personal is developed first, then definitely they will focus on the business and they are going to become an entrepreneur. Suppose if we are going to see that we require KSA. K is meant for knowledge and S for skills and A for attitudes. So the KSA is very, very important for a entrepreneur who is going to start a company. If he is concentrating more on that side, definitely they are going to become an entrepreneur. Knowledge, skill, and attitude. So they must have knowledge. So these knowledge can be arrived because of the preschool education, primary school education, secondary school education, higher education at the bachelor level, higher education at the master level, then work life and vocational education and training. Using those subjects, they are able to attain the knowledge. But skill, they have to develop the skill. So they must have a personal skill, and also if they want to become an entrepreneur, they must know about the business. What do you mean by business? And the business skills are required. So the third one is the attitude. Attitude will pay for everything. So we must have a proper attitude to have a entrepreneurial education. If we have a proper attitude, then only we are able to start a company and we are able to run a company properly. So that the KSA is very, very important. The knowledge, skills, and attitude are very, very important for a student to become an entrepreneur. As a teacher, we must have to teach them what do you mean by knowledge and what do you mean by skills and what do you mean by attitude. The knowledge can be arrived, evolved by means of studying different subjects. But the skills, if they are working on the area and if they are able to learn towards that, then they are able to acquire different skills. Finally, the attitude will pay for everything. So the KSA is very, very important if a student is going to become an entrepreneur. In the entrepreneurial education, we must have to concentrate on these three things. The first one is the knowledge, the second one is the skill, and the third one is the attitude. If we have proper knowledge, and if we have proper skill, and if we have proper attitudes, definitely we are able to evolve. So that for the evolving of a student, and if they're going to become an entrepreneur, they must have proper skill, and the skill must combine with attitude and knowledge. Definitely they are going to become an entrepreneur. So the teachers, we must have to concentrate not only in the development of the knowledge, we will have to concentrate on the development of skill and attitude. So this can be practice oriented and theory oriented. When we are talking about the knowledge, it may be a practice oriented or the theory oriented, or education through entrepreneurship, educating for entrepreneurship, educating about entrepreneurship are very, very important for it. Educating through entrepreneurship. If we know about some entrepreneur, through them, if you are able to educate, then that is called as educating through entrepreneurship. Educating for entrepreneurship and educating about entrepreneurship are very, very important. So when we are talking about the entrepreneurship education, this entrepreneurship education is divided into three. It is through, for, and above. So we must have to concentrate on both the three, true, for, and above. Then only we are able to evolve and we are able to become fair. So here we are having wide definition concerning most people in society and narrow definition concerning just some. So this is also another one. Whether we are going to focus on some or we are going to focus on wide definition. This is also very, very important. If we are going to be wide, then our operations and our entrepreneurship focus and everything will be very, very narrow. So if we concentrate wide, then we are able to achieve something so that we are able to have. But when you are going to start an industry, you think wide and come to the narrow, then you start an industry. Then only we are able to evolve. So the entrepreneurial education is very, very important to convert the people into the entrepreneur. So the entire entrepreneurial education is the basic idea, basic thing that's required for the students. It can be by personal development focus and business focus. So by developing the students into two different focus, we are able to evolve them as an entrepreneur. Enterprise for this entrepreneurship education consists of both enterprise education and entrepreneurship education. We must have to study about the enterprise and also we must have to study about the entrepreneurship. Both are giving equal importance. As a teacher, even in the digital world, if we want to teach our students, even many of the students by using IT and computer science and the related skills, they are able to start a company. So in that, we must have to guide them properly. What is meant by entrepreneurship and what is meant by enterprise? Enterprise is a company. How this company? What do you mean by company? How this is working? What are the statutory requirements? What are the taxes, levies? What are the basic requirements and other things? If we are able to discuss and teach to the students about enterprise, that is called as enterprise education. But how to become a student into entrepreneur? How we are able to convert them into entrepreneur? That is entrepreneurship education. We are in need of both enterprise and entrepreneurship education. Then only we are able to evolve and we are able to convert our students into an entrepreneur so that the people are able to evolve in the world. So here you see that how we are able to create the value. The value creation is very, very important. How the values can be created. So here we are having two different competencies. One is the operational competencies and other one is the entrepreneurial competencies. The operational competencies it consists of routine value creation, how we have always done, how the processes, optimization, efficiency, incremental improvements are carried out. So these comes under operational competencies. If we are taking a scale, both are giving the equal opportunity and the equal importance. We must have both operational competencies and entrepreneurial competencies. The operational competencies consisting of routine value creation, how we are always going to carry out this, then processes, optimization, efficiency, incremental improvements. These comes under operational competencies. The exploration, value creation, new ways of working, innovation, new offerings, continuous learning, method development. These are required for an entrepreneur. If we want to teach to our students the entrepreneurial competencies, then we must have to explain them about the exploration, value creation, new ways of working, innovation, new offerings, continuous learning, method development, etc. Have these both are same and both are working in the same direction. First, we must know about the operational competencies. What are the basic things that are required for a company? What are the different operations that are carried out in a company? How we are able to model this operation? How we are able to optimize the operation? How the effective variation and the effectiveness are easily carried out for the particular operation. So these must be analyzed in the operational competencies. Whereas the entrepreneurial competencies is innovation, new things, continuous learning, method development. These are very, very important. If you want to become an entrepreneur and if you want to run a company and if you want to be in the process and the world is full of lot of problems and competitions. If you want to make the success in the competitions, we must have innovation. Day by day, we must have to think about the new things so that we must have to introduce new things. If continuously we are doing something for the development of the company, definitely we are able to evolve and the company is going to the next level. And this is entrepreneurial competencies. So the operational competencies is different and entrepreneurial competencies is different. If we want to become an entrepreneur, we must have to teach the students about both operational competencies and entrepreneurial competencies. Both these competencies are required for the value creation. Once we are able to create the values, then we are going to have very good entrepreneur and our entrepreneurship education will give success. If we want to make a success story, we want to have both operational competencies and entrepreneurial competencies. Both are equally and very, very important. So that we must have to concentrate on both operational competencies and entrepreneurial competencies. You see that when you are going to have this. So this is just how the entrepreneurial education is working. Different people, they have told about the different thing. Suppose if we are having to see that, we are able to see the three already I explained: knowledge, skill, and attitude. So this knowledge, skill, and attitude are divided into both cognitive competencies and non-cognitive competencies. The people must have both cognitive competencies and non-cognitive competencies to become an entrepreneur. How the entrepreneurship education is evolved by knowledge, skills, and attitudes. Different authors, they have explained about this is the literature review about the competencies and other things which evolved during the entrepreneurship education. So the entrepreneurship education is very important education. Different people, they have studied about the competencies and the non-cognitive competencies. So the cognitive competencies and the non-cognitive competencies are both important. But ultimately, we must have the knowledge, skills, and attitude. If you are going to see about the knowledge is only 20%, the remaining 100%, 40% it goes for a skill and 40% it goes for a attitude. So that if you have proper attitude and if you have proper skill, if you are going to combine with this by knowledge, definitely you are going to become a very good entrepreneur. So that we must teach to our students that the knowledge, skill, and attitude are the important things for a entrepreneurship education. If we don't have the proper knowledge and the proper skill and the proper attitude, we cannot have proper entrepreneur. If you want to become an entrepreneur, we must have proper attitude. That is very, very important. It should be combined with the skill. The knowledge will play only 20%. The remaining 80%, the skill and attitude are required. We must have to develop a skill by knowledge. Very, very important. You see that the knowledge and the skills are interconnected. By studying undergraduate degree, postgraduate degree, or PhD degree, whatever may be the degree, using that degree, we are going to gain the knowledge. By using that knowledge, if we are able to develop our skill, then by using a proper attitude, then we are able to develop our students into an entrepreneur. So that in entrepreneurship education, knowledge, skill, and attitude are very, very important. This is KSA. In Tamil, this is called as Taraga Mandiram. KSA. If we have proper KSA, definitely we are able to evolve. We are able to convert our students into an entrepreneur. For an entrepreneurship education, we must have to impart not only the knowledge, we must have to impart the skill, and also we must have to teach them how the attitude play a major role. If the student is having proper attitude combined with the skill and the knowledge, they are able to become a very good entrepreneur. So here you see that. So these are the non-cognitive factors. 5 categories of non-cognitive factors impacting academic performance. This is adapted from Foringian et al. In 2012. When you are going to see that, so these are the 5 different important skills that are required. The first one is the school classroom context. Then it leads to the first academic mindset. The second one is academic perseverance. The third one, we have academic behavior. It goes to the learning strategies. Then finally, we have social skills, so that we are able to have academic performance or absence of high course grades. So this is the non-cognitive factor. In a school or classroom context, instructional design, support, grading structures, peer student relationships, and background, etc., play a major. Not only the classes, the instructional design and the delivery is very, very important. How we are going to design the instruction and how we are going to deliver. This is very, very important. So that we have proper instructional design, proper support, grading structure, peer student relationship, and background. So these create academic mindsets. If the students are having the proper academic mindset, say, I don't belong to this academic community. My ability and competence does not grow with my effort. I cannot succeed at this stage. This work has no value for. If it is having both positive and if you are going to put art, then it can become a habit. So if a student is evolved with my academic mindset, I don't know what is this, what like that. I am not belonging to this. I am not interested in engineering. If they're talking like that, then they are not able to get the proper academic mindset. They must have to see I belongs to this academic community. My ability and the competence grow with my effort. I can succeed at this. This work has value for me. If they think like that, then they have a proper academic mindset. If they have a proper academic mindset, it will improve the learning strategies and also academic perseverance. So that the academic mindset is very, very important in any kind of education. Whether you are going to talk about the entrepreneurial education or in ordinary education, these are the non-cognitive factors that is required so that the student must have a academic mindset. Using a academic mindset, they must have academic perseverance, grit, tenacity, capacity to manage, and self-discipline and self-control. So here also both negative and positives are. Lack of self-discipline or lack of self-control, these lead to the false direction. If we are going to work on the particular direction, then the academic perseverance can be easily achieved. This can be by a discussion, by behavior, by attitude. So if we are imparting the knowledge, skill, and other thing, definitely attitude. So here the attitude plays an very, very important. If you are talking about the non-cognitive factor, the cognitive factor mainly it talks about the knowledge and the skill. The non-cognitive factor it mainly discusses about the attitude and skill. If the student is having proper skill and attitude, then the non-cognitive factors will work positively, so that they will have very good performance in academic. The third one, academic behavior. Not going to class or going to class. Not doing homework or doing homework. Not organizing materials or organizing materials. Not participating or not studying. Or participating or studying. So here also in the academic behavior, both positive and negatives are there. If the student is doing everything in a positive way, if they are going to class in time, doing homework in time, organizing materials in time, participating in time, and studying in time, everything is controlled manner, then definitely they are able to like study skills, meta-cognitive strategies, self-regulated learning, and goal setting. These are easily available if the students are having these proper. So that these are very, very important for the student. If it is combined with the social skill like interpersonal skills, empathy, cooperation, assertion, and responsibility, definitely they are able to achieve the performance. If they want to achieve the academic performance. So this is talking about the entrepreneurial education also, not only the academic performance. If the academic performances is very good, even in the entrepreneurial education or going to start a enterprise, starting the things, if they are obeying properly, if they are doing it properly, if their attitude is very good, then the skill is very good. Definitely they are achieved and they are able to have very good performance. For achieving this academic performance, these are very, very important. Here you see that introducing to entrepreneurship education. What is entrepreneurship education? You must think about. So that are the what are the knowledge, what are the skill, and what are the attitude that are required for the entrepreneurship education. Apart from that, you must have to learn. What do you mean by entrepreneurship education? The entrepreneurship education focuses on developing real world skills that will help students to lead exceptional lives in a rapidly changing world. The world is changing rapidly. If the students are continuously working and if they are going to change them accordingly, definitely they are able to do something. So entrepreneurship education teaches students crucial life skills such as how to collaborate and work with their team. So here important you see that whatever we have studied that is related here and we are going to talk about that. When we are talking about the entrepreneurship education, this deals with how to collaborate and work with a team. So that is a attitude. That is a non-cognitive skills that are. So how to collaborate and work with a team. How to speak in public and prepare an effective presentation. You are making a product and you want to sell the product. How you are able to sell the product? For which you the public speaking and effective presentation skills are very essential. Then how to collect and analyze the data. This is also very important. How to use social media as an advocacy tool like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and other things as a advocacy tool, so that we are able to achieve how to solve real complex problems that don't have a definitive answer. If you if we are able to solve the real world and the complex problem, then if the students are able to have the entrepreneurial education, then they are able to think in a different way. So that is only the people are talking about design thinking. So the design thinking is very important. They must have to think out of the box so that they are able to achieve something in the world. How to use curiosity and creativity to find an innovative approach to difficult problems. Innovative approach is very important. Whatever we have discussed previously, the same thing it comes here. So that the entrepreneurship education is used to collaborate and work with a team. It implement and prepare the student for a effective presentation and public speaking skill. It is used to collect and analyze the data and how to use the social media, how to solve real and complex problems, how to use curiosity and creativity. These are easily achieved by means of using the entrepreneurship education. Students learn to understand the product development cycle, come up with their own unique business proposals, and deliver multiple pitch presentations. So this is also easily possible if they have a proper entrepreneurship education. So the entrepreneurship education is very important for the students so that they are able to evolve. So this is the benefits of entrepreneurship education for students. That it teaches basic life skills, enhances creativity, develops problem solving and identification capability, boosts leadership quality, prepares the student for an uncertain future. So these are the very important things that are required in their life. If we are giving the proper entrepreneurship education, then it teaches basic life skills. It enhances the creativity by innovation, develops problem solving and identification capability, and it boosts leadership quality and prepare the student for an uncertain future. So these are the different five benefits. These are some of the benefits. Apart from that, we are able to get lot of benefit like cost, lag is these that many things are there. So that are another benefit. But the basic things we are able to teach basic life skills, enhances the creativity and develops problem solving and identification capability, boosts leadership quality, and we are able to prepare the students for an uncertain future. So these are the benefits of entrepreneurship education for students. So here, this is the student journey to entrepreneurship. So we have advantages, then how the student is going to become an entrepreneur. So this is the journey required. The key phases in venture creation. It may not be completed sequentially, but if they want to make a venture, they must have the key phases. First, idea generation. Already you may aware, we must have a proper idea. Opportunity investigation. We must have to see the opportunity which are available in the particular field. Based on that, we must have to plan. Then gather the resources, product service development, customer acquisition, then yearly trade. So these are the key phases in venture creation. One or two process may somewhat change, but almost this is in sequence. We must have proper idea, then opportunity, then plan, resource gathering, product service development, then we have to go to the customer, then we have to track. So these are the basic requirement for the entrepreneurship. Then we require learning why recurs. The learning is very, very important for achieving those things. How? Interest, curiosity, planned learning, response to problem or opportunity, recognition of emergent or current need, perception of information, knowledge, or resource care. These are easily availed by learning. Learning is the continuous process. It requires improvement. If we are learning continuously throughout our life cycle, definitely we are able to do something. So learning requires skill, and if you are able to improve the skills for learning, definitely the learning become a fun, and it will give very good result for the people. So learning is very, very important. It shows interest and curiosity, plant learning, and these are some of the learning resources. If you talk about the full learning, the learning resources and the learning what? The learning resources something how we are able to learn. Who? Mentor and advisor, customer and supplier, peers and entrepreneur. So these all these people, they are deliver some kind of teaching. Even customer, they will teach something. Even peer, they are teaching something. Fellow researchers, fellow students, those who are friends, everybody is going to give some input. So that learning sources from people are very important. It cannot be only from teachers or mentor or advisor. It can be from customer, or it can be from supplier, or it can be from peers, or from the entrepreneurs. Already they are running the company. So the learning can be easily achieved. How it is going to be achieved can be by course-based events and workshop, experience, experiential and discovery learning, e-learning or internet learning, TV and books. These are some of the learning methods that are available. Teach by advisor, entrepreneur, customer or somebody else. But we are able to learn by course-based events and workshop, experimental and discovery learning, e-learning, internet, TV, books. Then while learning what? Personal, managing multiple priorities, interpersonal relationship, self-efficacy. These are the personal attitudes that are required. How you are going to manage multiple priorities, how we are able to develop interpersonal skills, then how self-efficacy can be arrived. This may be possible by entrepreneur education. Also, like functions, innovation, marketing and selling, planning and managing finance, computing and digital media, intellectual property and law. So these are the different other functional relationships that we are able to obtain by learning. So the entrepreneurial learning is nothing but the learning through the different things. It may be a learning resources or learning what. It may be by who is going to give the learning method, how it is going to be learned, then what are the personal and what are the functional. So this is called entrepreneurial learning. Suppose if you talk about the entrepreneurship in the ecosystem, this ecosystem consisting of the different things like government policy, regulation, and framework and infrastructure, funding and finance, culture, local and global market, human capital and workforce, education and training, universities as catalyst, and mentors, advisor, and support system. So this is the entrepreneurial ecosystem. The entrepreneurial ecosystem must evolve, and we must have to know about all those things in this. This can be achieved by entrepreneurship education and training and a proper culture using universities as a catalyst and a mentor and advisor and support system is working if we are able to know about human capital and workforce, funding and finance, regulatory framework and infrastructure, and local and global market, then government policy. Definitely, we are able to become an entrepreneur. So one must know about the entrepreneurial education ecosystem. If you know the proper ecosystem, then we are able to have to become an entrepreneur. So the entrepreneurship is very, very important. It can be achieved by means of using entrepreneurship education by the universities as a catalyst, and your mentor and advisor and support system is working properly. Definitely, we are able to achieve the entrepreneurship education system. So in this, how we are able to involve industry in the entrepreneurial education system. Already we have discussed about the entrepreneurial education system. How we are able to involve the industry in the entrepreneurial education system. So that is very, very important. If you are going to see, the industrial revolution forms the backbone of any development in a nation. So the industry revolution is very, very important. Industry participation in entrepreneurship education is essential. Without the participation of industry in the development of entrepreneurship education, it leads to unemployable graduates. If we are not able to have proper education with the help of the industry, we it leads to the unemployable graduate. Means even if you are going to become an entrepreneur, you will not succeed in your life. If you want to have success, the implementation of industry in the entrepreneurial education system is very, very important. The industry participation in entrepreneurship education leads to the highly skilled manpower and it improve the quality of education as well industrial development. If we are able to implement the industry participation, because whatever taking the industry, they only know than that of the academia, so that the industry participation is very, very essential in entrepreneurship education. The industry participation in the development of the entrepreneurship education is needed, which improves the academic ambience and also it enhances the teaching learning process. We are able to improve the teaching learning process by the implementation of industry, because we are able to know about the real world situations and the real world problems. The importance of role of industry in the entrepreneurship education development. The study also suggests the improvement needed and related factors. Here you see that the industry-based entrepreneurship education is needed for the industry. Here you see that if you want to start an industry, the industry-based entrepreneurship education is needed. The industry participation in development of curricula, training, and the development are needed for the today's competitive world. In the today's competitive world, the participation from the industry is very, very needed. The industry require the students with great skills. The curriculum used in the entrepreneurship education is not meeting the standards of the industry. So that we must have to include the industry participation. Then the level of standards can be improved. The industry is in need of highly skilled and motivated graduates to produce greater output. For producing the greater output, motivated and skilled graduates are required. They only able to develop an industry so that the industry participation is essential. The curriculum and the syllabus are modified according to the requirement of the industry. The embracing situation may change and the students are become industry ready. One of the important methods for achieving the competitive advantages through an institute industry for operation. By using the industry institute operation, we are able to improve the knowledge and the wisdom in the institute so that the entrepreneurial education will leads to the great success. If you don't have the proper participation from the industry for entrepreneurship education, definitely we are not able to achieve anything because the industry people only know the real world situation, what are the problems and the remedies that are required for the day-to-day basis and other things. So that these are very, very essential. The entrepreneurship education must be an entrepreneurial education which produces unemployment, providing candidate instead of jobs. If definitely they are becoming a job provider instead of a job seeker. This educational scheme aims to provide skill development, awareness about trends in industry, and societal transformations. So these are easily possible by this method. The curriculum is developed in the higher educational institutions or not and the track of the industry. The graduates with great motivation and skills are needed for the development of the nation and participation in the industrial revolution. This can be easily changed by implementing the industry-based curriculum in our institutions. The industry and the people who related to highly competitive research-based organizations are essentially needed for the development of university and institute curriculum development. In the curriculum development stage itself, we are able to bring the industry people, then definitely we are able to have the proper industrial education. So the industrial education can be easily possible by means of using this method. Just 2 minutes. Two minutes, have a water and welcome. Sandesh,
Okay, sir. Participant, kindly wait for 2 minutes. Sir will come. We request all the participants kindly interact with at the end of the section. Thank you, sir.
Screen share.
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Okay. I will continue. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. The role of industry in the development of entrepreneurship education is very much essential, in which the curriculum is a unidirectional document which describes the subject content with broad time allocation. So the role of industry in the development of entrepreneurship education is very much essential. So for which the curriculum is used as a unidirectional document which describes the subject content with broad time allocation. The curriculum for the university or higher educational institution is developed based on the requirement of the stakeholder. So according to the requirement of the stakeholders only, we are going to develop a curriculum so that it will become very much useful for the teachers and the student, so that we are able to convert our students into entrepreneurs. The stakeholders' expectations should not be compromised. The curriculum must be developed as per the requirements of the government and the job providers such as industries. Also, the competitions between the institutions are to be considered while developing the curriculum. So the curriculum must provide the basic and contemporary knowledge required for the particular discipline. The curriculum is developed based on the analysis and brainstorming. So in this situation, you see that if the student is going to start a computer industry, if you are teaching the same thing, those who are in the mechanical industry, it will not hold good. So that the changes in the curriculums are required according to the students' group. So that is also very, very essential. The curriculum is developed based on the analysis and brainstorm. Discussion, analysis, and brainstorming. We must have to develop the curriculum. The SWOT analysis is one of the important analysis which must be employed during the implementation of the curriculum. The interaction between the industry is very much needed to improve the individuals, even who are in the traditional educational track, so that the interaction between the industry also very much needed to improve the individuals, even who are in the traditional educational track. Even for the people, those who are in the traditional education, the interaction between the industry is very much needed. The need for industry in engineering institution is essential for the present day world. The students must aware the recent industrial development. The industry required skills are essential for the budding engineers when they are out from the engineering universities and institutions. Nowadays, the technological and the industrial advances improve the industrial productivity, since the industrial revolution taking place all over the world by year. At present, we are in the midst of a fourth wave consisting of digital industrial technology known as Industry 4. So that according to the industrial requirement, we must know what is happening in the industry. Accordingly, we must teach the entrepreneurship education. So this is the industry for industrial revolution. The first industrial revolution through introduction of mechanical production facilities. The second industrial revolution through introduction of mass production. The third industrial revolution through introduction of electronics and IT for a further automation. But the industrial revolution 4 consists of cyber physical production system. Everything is controlled by a computer, so that we are having cyber physical production system, cloud computing, and many internet, and many recent trends are using in the industry. Even in a mechanical industry, people are using all those things using computer. So that revolution completely changes the world. Nowadays, almost many things are automated. many industries are automated, so that automation is playing a key role in all the industries. In this technological revolution, machines, sensors, and workpieces are connected through IT systems. These are the 6 design principles used in industry. They are interoperability using Internet of Things and Internet of Services. So here you think IoT and Internet of Services. Virtualization with virtual plan models and simulation models. Decentralization to make decisions on their own. Real-time capability to collect and analyze data, provide the insights immediately. Service orientation via the Internet of Services. Modularity for changing requirements of individual models also possible. So these are the 6 design principles we have recently introduced, so that all the industries are connected to the cyber physical system, so that the entrepreneurial education, it deals with the cyber physical system. So we are able to have more things in our life. We are able to evolve entrepreneurship education. The industry needs personnel with enhanced capabilities such as good communication, ability to understand the problem solving, involvement, and technical knowledge about the problem, self confidence, personal initiative, willingness to change, etc. So these are possible through the industry. The possible way of industry participation in the curriculum development. The curriculum is industry focused. The students can easily adaptable to the industrial environment. The possible industry participation, but not limited to the following. The industry-based curriculum can be introduced. It develops the interpersonal skills of the students, thereby increasing the efficiency. In-plant training, industrial visit, research and future requirements of the industry, infrastructure development by industry funding, innovative project, extra can be easily achieved by means of using the industry participation. So the industry participation is very, very essential. These are the things that are easily achieved. The typical institute industry partnership in the case. Different phases. Plan for industry participation and implementation. Then make an assessment. Then discuss the industrial implementation strategy in the institutional development and curricula implementation. Make a very brainstorming session to implement the industrial strategies. Implement the strategy by getting the feedback from the stakeholders. Further discussion and implementation are needed. So this is the typical institute industry development phase. So we are having 5 phases. By using assessment, brainstorming session, and other thing, we must have to implement the industry participation in the curriculum development. So these are the advantages of industrial role in the curriculum development. So if we are able to have a proper industry participation in entrepreneurship development, then we are able to have a proper development of entrepreneur culture. Here you see that one side we have a industry, other side we have a university. By exchanging the knowledge between the industry and institute, we are able to have curriculum improvement, research development, knowledge sharing, and systematic improvement. These are easily possible by using knowledge exchange between the university and industry. The development of entrepreneurial culture, industry sponsored conferences, implementation of quality projects. Quality projects can be easily possible by the industry participation, because the students are able to do the real world project in the industry. Research project. So even the industry needs, according to that requirement, we can conduct the research in our campus so that we are able to disseminate the knowledge. Industrial visits can be arranged between the industry. Exchange of experts, academic experts having high knowledge. So these people can be exchanged so that more knowledge can be arrived by means of using exchange of experts. The industrial case studies can be easily possible by using the industry participation in industry. Suppose if you are talking about many of the management institutes, so that are having strong industrial relationship. Because of that, they are sending the students for internship even during summer and winter sessions, so that the partnership in industries is easily possible. In-plant training is possible. The production of videos and other things about the industrial revolution and what is happening in the industry can be easily possible by means of using the industry participation. On the project training and development also possible. Critical thinking and the evaluation in work culture is easily available. The students are able to think in a critical way, because if you are going to see a industry, day by day they are willing to change the product. If you are seeing a car industry, day by day some models are coming out. How this is happening? So this is happening because of the research and the development taking place continuously, so that the critical thinking and the evaluation in work culture can be easily arrived. Guest lecture by eminent industrial persons can be possible through industry participation. On the job faculty training is another one area. Paid vacation internship for students can be possible by the interaction between the institute and industry. Process analysis through projects also possible by using this. Then industrial database creation is the another one possible side. Then industrial experience to the faculty and the students are easily achievable by using industry participation. So these are some of the advantages of industrial role in institutions. So that if you are having proper industry participation in institute, then we are able to have proper curriculum development, proper research and development, knowledge sharing, and systematic improvement. Apart from that, case studies and implementations, campus recruitment. So this is the placement, faculty development training programs, conducting value-added courses to the students, improvements in innovative thinking of students, improvements in infrastructure by industry funding, knowledge in solving real-time problems, improvements in practical learning. Students develops multi-phase career support, develops the systematic improvements in strategic planning, improve technical knowledge of students, and also it improve the local or regional developments to the students. The students get practical and analytical thinking with innovation in mind. It also developed strong leadership among the students, improve industry institute relationships, case studies and implementations, campus recruitment already given, faculty development training program. This is also already given. So these are the possible ways of implementation, and we are able to get the mutual benefit from the industry and institute. So this is the institute industry partnership. If we are able to have the institute industry partnership, we are having enhanced leadership, information sharing, practical knowledge, confidence and trust, innovative ideas. These are possible. One side. On the second stage, we have improved working environment, improvement, industrial research, interaction, communication improvement, and knowledge sharing is possible in the second phase. Third phase, managerial excellence, improvement in institution governance, quality in teaching, industry sponsored initiatives. So these are possible in the third phase. Then in-plant training, internship, micro projects, funded projects, faculty development. So these are connected to the teaching and learning process. New product development, industry-based academic research, campus placement, and improved performance are achieved by using institute-industry partnership in entrepreneurial education. So this is the entrepreneurial university model. One, leadership commitment. Two, Center for Entrepreneurship. Third, rising awareness. Four, practitioner engagement. Five, mechanism for execution. And we have a performance management. Using this teaching, research, extracurricular, external, and internal, using operational approach. If you have the operational approach, using the proper operational approach, we are able to improve teaching, research, and extracurricular activities. And if you are going to have the external approach, we are able to have proper community, social event, mentor, invited speakers, corporations, partnership with organizations, etc. can be available. If we have an internal approach like infrastructure, that is co-working and maker space, student association, incubator, place to go for it, having an idea, tech transfer center, career service network are easily possible. So these are the internal approach and the external approach, operational approach. So three type of approach are easily possible so that we are going to have a entrepreneurial university. In the entrepreneurial university, we have leadership commitment, center for entrepreneurship, raising awareness, practitioner engagement, mechanism for execution, and finally performance management. So these are easily available by means of having an entrepreneurial university in our campus. So when discussing the above, this presentation discusses the role of industry in the entrepreneurship education. The conclusions drawn from the studies are provided as follows. Actually, this is the real study we have carried out and submitted to EDII, Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India, and they have called us to present as a paper in the campus last year, and we went there and presented the paper. Based on that only, this has been developed. So this entrepreneurship education is very, very essential and improvement. Based on the study, the conclusions drawn from are the industry participation is needed for the improvement of the university or the institute. The industry participation definitely improves the quality of the institution. The implementation of industry partnership in industry improve the student skills, innovative aspects, and the socio-economic relationship also improves due to the application of partnership. So that institute industry partnership is very, very important for the development of a institute, ultimately for the development of the nation. The students' capability is increased and they become the industry ready candidates. The interaction and the placement capability of the students can be improved easily. The industry sponsored institutes are capable of providing very good practical knowledge to the students. Industrial visit, summer internship, and other practical exposure required for the students are easily improved by this approach, the role of industry playing an important role. The curriculum developed through the industry sponsorship improves the quality of faculty member as well the industry people. This system developed very good ambience for collaborative research and on-campus entrepreneurship. So the entrepreneurship education is very, very important and is need for the day. So we must have to convert our students into a job provider instead of job seeker. If we work towards it, and if we are following it, and if we are having industries in our campus or industrial collaboration in our campus, definitely we are able to convert our institute into a entrepreneurial university, so that research development, curriculum development, everything can be improved by using the entrepreneurship education. So this entrepreneurship education will play a very key role in evolving our students, so that dear fellow faculty members, please you concentrate on this side also, so that we are able to convert our students into a job provider instead of job seekers. Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you very much for the organizers, and thank you, Ananda. Thank you very much. Any questions, please?
Participants, if you have any queries, you can ask. Any queries?
Hello, sir. Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
sir, good evening, sir. I am Rani from Andhra Pradesh, sir. I am working as a faculty in one of the autonomous college, Vishnu Institute of Technology.
Okay.
Sir, a great session we have. I felt very happy, sir. Attended a great session by you, sir. Sir, I have a small doubt, sir. As a faculty, we are doing all. What are the things you said, no, sir? Placement and for the practical internship training and everything we are implementing here, sir. As a, can you suggest to me, sir, how will we need to manage in the aspects of entrepreneurship through our along with our workloads? The best ways, sir.
Madam, it is better you can have some 1 or 2 hours per week entrepreneurial education in the curriculum itself. If we are able to teach to the, as your college is the autonomous college, you
Yes,
can
sir.
have one more subject that is related to entrepreneurship education. The interested students in our institution, we have innovation and entrepreneurship development center, separate center we have.
Yes,
So
sir.
if the student is interested in that, then regularly we are organizing seminars through the people from the industry, so that they are able to give their input. We are arranging for the brainstorming session also. Through that session, they are able to interact with the people from the industry and also the new product developers and new startup people, so that they are able to have proper discussion and they are evolved as a entrepreneur. So that is very, very important, because in all the categories, if NAC, NB or anybody is visiting, they are
Yes,
asking
sir.
about how many entrepreneurs are evolving in your campus. So this is very, very essential, one thing. And another one thing, we must have to concentrate and establishing some industry in our campus, even by student or outside industry, at least some center or something else, so that we are able to give more input to our students, so that our students are able to become entrepreneurs.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Any other participants?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Yes. This is Prabhakar from Chennai.
Okay.
Sir, actually, we have a setup. We have provided training for a student, and we give all the inputs around the technical knowledge and the guidelines to be an entrepreneurship. But even though exactly the students facing the practical problems to approach the getting the loan approval like that, there is a big gap between the training and the practical approaching. How can we
For which we must have regular interaction with the people, those who have started recently a startup. But nowadays, the government, they are giving Udayam registration at a free of cost. Using that, using MSME, you can register very much easily. First, the second one, if we have a proper product and if we are having it properly, then many of the incubators are available. For example, IITDM, one incubator is available,
Yes, sir.
sponsored by Government of India.
Yes, sir.
St. Peter's University, another incubator is available, sponsored by Government of India. Like many incubators are available in and around Chennai. Even in America, incubators are available.
Okay,
You
sir.
ask them to approach the people, those who are in that. So they will help to build a company and they help to get license, these things. But the registration of companies nowadays is very easy. Through MSME, Udayam registration, you can register any number of company even through the internet without having any money. That is recently introduced by the central government. This is a very great opportunity for the students, even for the teachers.
Okay, so like Udyog Aadhar, like that things. Yeah, okay, sir. But facing
problem is there. But if you have discussion with the proper
can be outcome from that, sir? That's why
then only we are able to ever.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks for an excellent session, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, shall we close the session, sir?
Okay.
Sir, Shanmugam sir.
Thank you for this. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for our principal, sir. He is a real motivator. He is mentor for our students and also faculty members for doing entrepreneurship education at our campus. And with this initiation, he already started many research in entrepreneurship education, and our students started many startups and become a good entrepreneurs. And he initiated Institution Innovation Council at our campus and Entrepreneurship Club at our campus. And all the faculty members, those who are really involved in entrepreneurship education, he is a real motivator for us, all the factors. And really, we appreciate it and we wonder for your lecture, sir. And the KSA model, knowledge, skill, and attitude model, we can follow, sir, in our future. And on behalf of all the participants, we thank you once again, sir. And thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, one and all. 75 people are here. Really, this is a wonderful. Thank you for all the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Participants, kindly wait for the feedback link. Joining now?
Each session, please collect one feedback.
Yes, sir.
Then only we are able to improve.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Participant, thank you for your listening.
Sir, stop.
Yeah, can we post the feedback link at the WhatsApp, sir? Sir?
Yes, sir.
Inform பண்ணிடுங்க நம்ம post பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
Okay. The feedback link